The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday, July 18th. It's 5:29 now. We're just overachievers since we've come back from holidays full time.
2 days in a row, expecting to do this 5 days in a row.
There we go. I have a little update on our soccer team, our women's soccer team that's over in Sweden, competing in that Gothia Cup where 71 nations are being represented.
And yesterday you told us that their first game they had tied, right?
Yeah, they tied a German team 0-0, as you would say in football. And so...
Especially with that accent. All right.
They played again this morning around 2 a.m. and unfortunately they lost to a Swedish team, Lunds BK, 1-0. And so now they have one tie and one loss. And it looks like, if I'm following the website correctly, they have one more game tomorrow. And I think that one might start around 6 o'clock. And there's been a parent that's been live streaming them in a Facebook group.
That is very kind of them. I have to imagine they had to buy some sort of fancy overseas plan to be able to do that.
No kidding. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I don't want to know what their phone bill will be like when they get back, but very thankful. And since it will be around 6 a.m., I think, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow morning. And also working.
Like, Sean, you do have a job to do at 6 a.m. tomorrow. However, I will remind you when your mic is on and you just do the talking, okay?
Yes. Thank you. Go team, go.
Woo. Got to hang out at North Star Ford for the afternoon yesterday.
Very fun.
Sean, I am now an expert in electrified vehicles.
Tell me about it. Sell me one right now.
Okay, so one charge lasts all the way to Fort Saskatchewan.
Okay.
There are tons of charging stations in the cities. If you go to Ontario, they're everywhere.
Is there any in Fort Saskatchewan? Because that's where I can get to.
They didn't mention that. but
There's tons in Edmonton, but you might not get there.
Okay, but hold on.
Not sold.
You
I'm
can.
walking out.
Okay, I'm a terrible salesperson, but you can plug it into a regular wall. It just takes longer to charge. But it only costs $82 a month for this car.
Okay, I'm back on board.
Yeah, exactly. No gas needed. It's really cool. But the really cool thing about it was that everyone kept saying to me, "You ever been on a roller coaster?" And I was like, "Yes." And they're like, "That's what it's like being in this car." I'm like, "Are you sure?"
It flies?
That's exactly what happens, is that, you know, when you go on the roller coaster and then you kind of go do that drop and your whole body goes back in the seat and then your face kind of is like, whoa.
Some G's.
Yes, there was no whoa, but there was definitely the body back in the seat. I got to go on a test drive.
Cool.
It also only has one pedal if you want.
That's dangerous.
It's kind of terrifying. But the girl who was driving it was like, she said she loves the one pedal because she's like,
of course she does.
What do you mean, of course?
No, just continue on with your story.
Because she says it works the same as the brake. Like, I mean, you're going to let off the gas and press the brake. And so you just get better at letting off the gas differently. And if you fully take your foot off the gas, the car just stops. It doesn't. But
I kind of hate it.
However,
no, I'm not kind of. I do hate it.
If you do have to brake suddenly, your brake still works. So the brake still exists there. For now. But you can drive one pedal. It's called. I learned so much, Sean. I am an expert over here. You might need Chantel or Jenny or someone better to do the selling.
Yeah, I think I'll go to them.
I just know all the facts, and apparently I'm not selling you on it.
Yeah, I'll go to them. If you ever get pulled over somewhere, where by the police?
Okay.
Where do you pull over? On what side of the road?
Well, it depends. I mean, I think if it's like a 4-lane highway and they've pulled me over in the fastest lane, I don't think I'm going to take the time to get 4 over because I'm so flustered that they're pulling me over. I'll probably pull over on the left. I'm sorry. That's probably the wrong answer.
Yeah, I think so. Now, I was always told that you're supposed to go to the right side.
I think you're supposed to go to the right side at all times when you're being pulled over, but I think it's just such a sticky situation.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Because everyone else is supposed to slow down, right? So you should have wide open, right?
And you shouldn't want to be slowing down the right hand or the left hand lane. So obviously you should. Yeah. You're right. And now that we're speaking about this, absolutely, I would pull over to the right-hand side and be safe in traffic, even if I wasn't being safe and got pulled over.
Over the past month, just right here in like the RMWB, I've noticed so many cars just along Highway 63 getting pulled over, and they're just on the left-hand side. And I'm like, did I miss something in driver's education class? Is it different from Saskatchewan to Alberta? What am I missing here where everyone's just on the left-hand side, like left-hand side of the road now?
Okay, I do have a thought about this, though. Yeah. As much as I don't think it's the rule or the right thing to do, it probably is safer for the officer who has to walk in between the cars, because now the driver's side is on the shoulder side.
See, I was thinking that as well, but I've always been told the right-hand side. There has to be a reason for it.
Well, I do think that perhaps it might be safer for the moment of the shoulder side. You're not really expecting a car to be pulled over on the left-hand side of the road, so you're still speeding along.
And I guess for the right-hand side as well, you're not sharing oncoming traffic from the other side coming right at you.
Yeah.
And whereas the right-hand side, it's all kind of behind you a little bit. And usually there's like a shoulder, there's a much more of a shoulder that you can just be by yourself over there.
Yes. Now that we have talked this out, I don't know what these people are doing pulling over to the left, but it is not correct or safe.
Yeah. So be better, okay? Just pull to the right, and then I'll have to stop worrying if I fell asleep during that part of driver's ed or not.
But also be better. Don't get pulled over.
There we go.
Just obey the law. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good would you say I am at keeping a secret?
How good would I say you are?
Yeah.
I would say if 10 is the best and 1 is the worst, you're floating around a 3.5. I would say you're not the worst, but like you're not the best.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. Like, I mean, if you're going to tell me your deepest, darkest, I'm going to keep it a secret. But like, if it's a little bit funny or a little bit juicy, and it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, I might say it on the radio.
Are you exposing someone's secret today?
No, but I have this giant secret that I have to keep. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement the other day.
Wow. Are you allowed to say that you signed one?
Uh-oh. I think so. You have to be able to say.
Who is it for?
Sean.
I was just testing.
You are
just testing.
Really trying to get me not to have my payout for this.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about that either. I'm so bad. See, I just want to tell the world about it, and I can't. I have to just say I signed something and I'm not, no comment.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Yeah. How much was the payout?
Stop. No.
All right, fine. Okay, interesting. I'm so intrigued, but we'll never know, right?
Yeah.
No one will ever know because you signed it.
They're not allowed to know. I have to learn how to bite my tongue. And this 3.5 out of 10 for keeping a secret, you're a 3.5 out of 10 for letting me keep it. You're not being very nice over there.
You're now 2.5. From this talking point right here.
No.
You just dropped a little.
That's not very nice. It sounds like now you're just rating my personality and not my secret keeping skills.
These days, people are trying to find new ways of how to keep the bugs away.
Because they showed up last Wednesday and they haven't gone anywhere since.
It's like the birds flying south. Well, the mosquitoes flew north, and we now have them everywhere. They're nonstop action. So along with just putting on bug spray, how do you just keep them out of the area, essentially, is the question people are asking.
Yeah, and I often have like citronella plants on my deck, but I feel like these are mutant mosquitoes. It's not even working.
We need new things. Well, I was scrolling TikTok, my For You page. See, TikTok knows me so well. It must know that I've been getting some bites here or there.
It must be listening to you.
Yeah. And
something like that.
Yeah. And so it just started tossing on some like mosquito hacks.
And
I saw some creators on the app basically say bubble machines are helping keep the mosquitoes away this summer.
Bubble machines.
Instead of just putting like bubble solution in it, you put in bubble solution along with like mosquito repellent of like some homemade stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I forget what they use, like maybe some like dish soap, water, this, that, whatever.
I mean,
you
dish
can look.
Soap and water is a bubble solution. So it needs another ingredient.
Honey, I don't know. You can Google that yourself. But So I've been scrolling by a bunch of TikToks, and people have just been saying, yeah, my morning coffees outside now consist of a bubble machine and me sitting on my bench. But then I went and did some research, Steph. Mm-hmm. This is completely false.
Oh, I was like, I appreciate you doing the research for us.
Yeah, so before you go buy those bubble machines, experts are saying they've looked into it, and the reason why these bubble machines are pushing away the mosquitoes because of the fans inside of them are temporarily just pushing them away. And they're saying that the bubbles can actually make it worse because they're attracted to kind of like floral scents and whatnot of the mosquitoes. And if you get the bubbles on you, it might just once you turn the bubbles off, you better go inside because they're going to be coming after you.
Wow. Okay. So basically they're saying just get a fan for the deck.
Essentially.
And skip the cool bubble experience.
Yeah. Lots of fans just pointing in your direction, not your friends, just you.
We're liking a lot of our reality TV choices, but you don't watch Too Hot to Handle, right?
No, I haven't really tuned in. The only things I've seen are the spin-offs where some of the characters were on that like big wrap-up show.
Perfect Match?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, well, a new season 6, in fact, already somehow, of Too Hot to Handle was released over the weekend.
So many hot boys and girls.
I started watching it last night. It is absolutely trash television. I wouldn't recommend. It's so ridiculous.
Unless you want to turn off your own brain, right?
Yes, and that's exactly what you can do because a lot of the folks on this show don't really seem to have much of a brain beyond their bodies.
Shots fired.
Okay, this sounds terrible, but there was a guy who was really trying to flirt with this girl, and he basically just repeated over and over again how great his hair was and how good his own body was.
That's pretty good. Great. You can get far with good hair.
You might be able to the first time. Like, did you notice my hair? Yeah, I did. It's nice. But then after a while, like, you got to add some banter.
When you find yourself in a corner, you resort back to your hair.
Well, he did way too many times. And then he tried to give her a compliment, but he'd already complimented all of the obvious things. So he went to her eyebrows.
Nice.
He's like, I like the way you did your eyebrows.
Yeah. She probably worked hard on those.
Yeah, she looked at him like he was only hair. Like, just that's all you got going for you, man. You're a weirdo.
Oh, boy.
But later in the interview stage, he said, yeah, I think things are going really well with her. She's laughing at all my jokes. Her teeth are out all the time.
Nice.
I was like, her teeth are out all the time?
That means they're laughing with their mouth open.
Yeah, they're so funny. They open their mouth. I don't know. This is a whole new cast, and I do usually end up liking them after the second or third episode, but they're not doing anything
That's
for
right.
me.
Give it some more time. You're cranky after the first episode, okay?
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll report back in a few.
I've found a new innovative way to flirt using technology to your advantage, Steph.
Okay.
Yeah, over the course of my travels over the past 2 months with my friends, whether it be going on a giant vacation to Toronto or a wedding in Regina or just anything in between.
Humble brag about all your travels over the last 2 months.
Lots of holidays, lots of days off. I've
been here, I know.
Yeah, whether it's been through myself or some of my friends, we've noticed that you can just utilize airdrop to your advantage to maybe flirt with some people.
What kind of pictures are you're sending through airdrop?
Yeah, so it just like friends and I are together and we'll send like a group selfie or something, and then we'll write like one of our numbers. Like you use the marker tool, and then you just write like someone's number on the photo. And then it worked a couple times. And then,
really?
Yeah. Now the risky part is that you wait for people's iPhones to open. Some are just like iPhone 2 and like this or that or the other. But then all of a sudden you'll get like Ashley's iPhone or Jessica's iPhone. And you're like, let's take a shot. Let's see what happens. And then you send the group selfie off, and then all of a sudden you get a text back, and then like, where are you? Who are you? And like a conversation starts.
Okay. So you say it's worked for you or worked for your friends?
Yeah, the group of us. And so, like when we were in Regina, we got a text back. When we were in Toronto, we got a text back type of thing. And then, yeah, it just kind of moves on from there. And then you got to rely on your own kind of riz or your own game type of thing.
Or your own kind of banter.
Yeah, that's what riz and game is.
Hey. I thought I was using a hip word as well.
Yeah, you're very, thank you for contributing. That was great.
I hate you. I've been thinking a lot about this. Car alarms.
Is this because we talked about car alarms yesterday? It's been on your mind.
It has been on my mind. And yesterday the car alarm went off and it had not only a horn, but also like a bird tweet, very, very loud. And I was like, why has this gotten worse, not better? Because I feel like a lot of times when a car alarm goes off, it's usually because you sat on your keys.
Oh, yeah. The accidental alarm.
Yeah, like have you ever walked by a car, accidentally hit it, and it started honking at you? No, I don't think so. Now that it comes to mind, I have walked close to those new Teslas. And they can like whistle at you and stuff. What?
You like if you're about to like hit it or whatever.
It'll be like, get away, that's too close.
Yeah.
I'm in my body armor of air.
And I think the person has to be in the, I don't know, there was tinted windows, so I couldn't really see if the person was in there. But I walked, it was like in a parking lot. I was walking beside it and they had like this custom like, yoo-hoo. Like kind of like little like, hey, just watch out, don't hit the car type of thing.
Wow,
yeah.
Okay.
But I've never really like ran into it and then the alarm goes off.
And I wonder how many people have, and as well, when you're thinking and you hear a car alarm, do you think, oh my gosh, there's a thief out there, I wonder who's trying to steal a car? Or do you think, somebody just accidentally pressed a button on their fob?
I'm in that thought process of like they were in their pockets and they accidentally hit it. And maybe they're in a mall like hundreds of feet away and they don't even know that they hit the button.
Yeah, totally. Like I never think that this car alarm is actually serving the purpose of deterring a thief.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, do we still need them?
Yeah. We have an interesting comment. Sherry texted in 780-791-1037. She says she lives out in Sapray Creek and the car alarm can also be like a warning of when a bear is around. Now, she didn't specify, but maybe a bear's trying to get in the car. Maybe a bear is near.
Oh, I could see that. Like if you looked out your window and saw a bear in your yard, you might press your car alarm. It would alert the neighbors there's maybe attention. A bear around, but also it would alert the bear like, oh, that's terrifying. There's a giant metal box beeping at me. Perhaps I'd like to retreat back into the bushes.
Yeah, car alarm. It's much more than just deterring criminals now.
780-791-1037. What do you think? Should we keep this thing here?
A friendly reminder from myself and Steph over here that there are scam pages of either both of us or of one of us, and they're trying to steal money from you, and it's never us.
Yeah, it's never us. We're never going to give you a link to click on, a clink, and then ask you for your credit card information so that you can pick up a prize. It just makes no sense. Why would we do that?
Yeah, and especially over Facebook. 'Cause, like when these scam pages comment on posts from like a year ago, and like I guess the one of me popped up yesterday was the most recent one, which is why we're talking about it today. And it was just like years ago, and it was just saying, hey, I've got some prizes for you and you won, and blah, 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 blah. And they use such old pictures, too.
Yeah. And I actually, like, when I opened the app yesterday, I had a bunch of notifications on our Mixed app that Sean Kreitz had commented on so many people's comments. And you were like, I'm giving away this. And you actually changed your wording on some of them. You know, you said, we're thrilled to announce you're our big winner. We're excited to announce we have a winner. You must be feeling pretty good. So this bot was really trying to make it sound like they were a human.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And trying to steal people's money. But thankfully, I was able to block the account, I hope, before anybody fell for it.
Hopefully. Yeah, that is the hope. I had a couple people reach out to me personally and just ask like for confirmation. So thank you for doing your homework. Thank you for being diligent and finding like my actual real Facebook profile and just asking, which I will always oblige, and I'll tell you straight up that just report it, delete it type of thing, and then hopefully nothing comes from it. And yeah, just stay vigilant out there. We do a lot of contests on the air here, and you'll talk to us in person. Mm-hmm. And we do have some contests over on our website, and that's where you just do like your name, number, and email, and then our promo department will like kind of reach out to you.
Yeah, and the contests that we do, they're always through the radio station. It's never going to be our personal pages coming up with something that you won. All of our sponsorships, everything are through Mix 103.7.
That's right. And Steph and I don't have a joint page either. So if you see a joint page of Steph and Sean, it's a scam.
Trivia Tuesday.
You are the Barbie master over there, Steph. You are the phone a friend for our concert that's running, for our contest that's running all throughout the week here for people to win 4 tickets to Barbie. So I have a more advanced question that we're not going to ask in the contest, okay?
Okay.
A little Barbie trivia for you.
You're calling me the Barbie expert, and then you have an advanced question. Do experts answer advanced questions, right?
It's going to be multiple choice. No worries, okay? How tall does Barbie stand? Does she stand 10 inches tall, 11 inches tall, 11 and a half inches tall, or 12 and a half inches tall?
I think she's 11 and a half inches tall.
What do you want to lock that in?
I want to lock that in. Yay!
You do know Barbie. Great work.
Thank you. Okay, I got a math question for you. What F word has a numerator and a denominator?
Fraction.
Oh, Sean Kreitz, everybody.
That's the only F word I know in math. So.
Maybe I shouldn't have said it was a math question. I should have just let you see if you could flounder with numerator and denominator.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.